What's going on, guys? Is Lightning Guys today. I am bringing you guys episode 2 to Games Talk. And guys, I have to say this is probably going to be the last one for right now. Me nor Golden Sword have a lot of time to really make YouTube videos, let alone do this series. So I think this is going to be the last episode for right now. But you guys seem to really enjoy the last episode. At least on my channel, I got a few comments here and there, and a lot of people said they enjoyed the series and stuff. So I thought we'd finish off here. And today we're going to actually talk about Titanfall 2 and some of our ideas. And we're just going to talk about Titanfall because we both have really good experience in Titanfall. It's a game that we both enjoy. And I think it's a game that's going to really blow up. And it's coming to the people on PC and PS4 now. I'm not for sure if it came on PC. I think it might have, actually. But like I said, it's coming to everybody. So if you have a next-gen console or a PC, you'll be able to enjoy yourself a little bit of Titanfall. So yeah, I'll let Golden Sword introduce himself.
Hey everybody, it's Golden Sword. You might know me more for my dubs now because of what YouTube used to be, or what I'm doing now. But what you guys may not know is I play a lot of video games, and this is a series that I thought up of and was going to do for quite a while. If you guys didn't know, there's a video that we're in together talking about Black Ops 3 DLC and stuff, but if you guys were curious, that's what this is. But talking about Titanfall today, so
yeah, this is also going to be on Golden Sword's channel. Guys, go check him out. He's exploding right now here on YouTube, so if you guys want to check him out, that'd definitely be appreciated. He's pretty close, I think, to 2,000 subscribers.
Nope, I'm past 2,000.
Oh, so he's getting his way up to the ranks. He's exploded in the last month. He's went from I think 20 subscribers to 2,000, so it's definitely amazing. Really appreciate it if you guys went over from my channel and checked him out, because he does, if you guys are big fans of Undertale, he does a lot of Undertale stuff. It's something that I've really not gotten into. I haven't really gotten time to really watch videos and stuff. Like I said, I'm a pretty busy person, and I really don't have time for YouTube anymore. I wish I did. And I just don't have enough time for YouTube and videos and stuff like that. So kind of sucks. But yeah, he's definitely a good Undertale YouTuber. So definitely go check him out if you're into that stuff. Alrighty, you guys, you want to talk about Titanfall, Golden Sword?
Yep. So if you guys didn't know, I would think most of you guys would know. Titanfall is a first-person shooter that takes place in the far future on a bunch of different planets. Basically, you have pilots and titans. Pilots are you, and you basically run around on this giant map, and you fight to the death, or you capture flags, and it's kind of Call of Duty-ish. But
there's gameplay in the background. You guys can kind of get a gist of it if you guys didn't know what it is. I'm pretty sure most of the people know. But Titanfall 2 actually got a leaked trailer not too long ago as the making of this video. I think it's been 2 weeks, 2 or 1 week ago.
Yeah, you want to insert that there?
Yeah, I can definitely show you that video right there. Definitely an awesome trailer. There is a Titan with a sword, which is amazing. It's actually we've wanted to talk about Titanfall on Game Talks forever. And I figured this would be a really good way to end it. And one of the things we're going to talk about earlier when we're planning to do this was Titans with swords. And they already implemented that. I mean, that's something I love about Respawn Studios, is that they listen to their community. The community back in Titanfall 1 wanted a survival mode. And 2 months later, I'd say, it took them a while to make it, but they made a survival mode. And it's actually pretty fun, especially with the burn cards.
I would say it's pretty good.
So yeah, we're definitely excited, and we're going to have some of our ideas because it's kind of fun to talk about these games because they haven't released yet. And like I said, Respawn Studios listens to their community really well, and I really like Respawn Studios. They're definitely in my top 5 studios. They do a really good job. But I say we're both really big Titanfall fans, wouldn't you say so too, Golden Sword? You're pretty big.
Yeah, I freaking love Titanfall. It's pretty good.
And I think the big thing with Titanfall, that a lot of people didn't like, is that there was not a lot of guns, including myself. I really want to do Titanfall back on my old channel that got copyrighted.
Yeah, there just wasn't enough stuff to do. You'd play through it and you'd get bored.
Yeah, I mean, you could play it hard for probably 1 week at a time. I mean, it's a fun game. I played it earlier today, so before we recorded this, right before we recorded this, I played a game of Titanfall just to get into the mood of Titanfall and stuff like that. And It's a fun game, don't get me wrong, just there wasn't enough stuff. They added a lot of stuff at the end of Titanfall, like they added in the survival mode, they added in challenges, and like a little bit of Titan customization, but other than that, like there wasn't a lot of guns, like primary guns for your pilot to use, which got really stale really quick. And the thing is, a lot of these guns that the pilots can use are actually from MW2. I mean, if you take the R101C, which is like the main assault rifle in Titanfall, it's like really reminiscent of the HDR in MW2. It has like the exact same reload, and I'm pretty sure it has the exact same stats. So if they take almost all the guns from MW2, like, and like recustomize them a little bit, like make them look more Titanfall-ish and more futuristic and more kind of boxy.
Yeah, that's kind of basically what they did.
And if they just did that for all of them, though, like I'm talking about the FAMAS, like all the light machine guns, all the snipers and stuff like that, you would have yourself one successful first-person shooter game, in my personal opinion. Like, honestly, it's just a fun game. It's just, it did not have the long-lasting power. And we'll get into that a little bit later, like about some of our ideas, how it could last longer and stuff like that. But it's a fun game, don't get me wrong. It's just, it did not have long-lasting power.
I would agree with your statement completely.
And I guess we can talk a little bit about the campaign, because that has been confirmed so far.
Oh, boys, yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you talk about the campaign, because I've dabbled into it. I could not find a lot of lobbies for the campaign, and that's the thing with the campaign, is that it's multiplayer, so you have to find other players and play with them, like in the multiplayer. So I'll let Golden Sword touch more on this, because I haven't really played much of it, because it's hard to find lobbies, because there's not a lot of people playing the game, but I've dabbled with it. I kind of get the gist of it.
Yeah. So way back on 360, you could find quite a few campaign lobbies actually. So I kind of got a basic idea of what the campaign was, but I had a lot of replayed missions in the campaign, because a lot of people, they didn't really change much as you played through them.
That was kind of my issue. I'm going to say that. It's not that I can't find a game. It's I'm always replaying the same, like, story mode mission, which kind of sucks. And I didn't play it, like, I didn't play the campaign I released, but I played it, like, dabbled into it, like a few months ago, like, in the summer. Me and a couple friends got Titanfall. Like, a couple of my friends bought Titanfall. We just, like, started playing all together. Then we dabbled in the campaign a little bit. And, like I said, just, you get the same missions over and over again. It's not really fun and stuff. I mean, it's fun, but it's just, you're playing the same thing. You want a new story mission. So it kind of got boring, and I kind of gave up. I'll probably go back to that here in a little bit and see if I can finish it up.
Yeah. I don't know who I was watching. I think it was like the Rad Brad or somebody. But he basically took Titanfall and he played like hours of Titanfall to get every story mission lined up. And he made a video compilation of the gameplay and stuff. It was, what the sad thing is this, the campaign's only about an hour and a half long.
I feel like it was kind of thrown in all together because Respawn, I guess, was kind of small, like, during the development of Titanfall, and then at the end of Titanfall, like, they had this big, like, studio, and then they, like, threw in the campaign probably in a month. I think that's what somebody said they did. So, like, the thing with Titanfall is that it has the story. It's kind of like Destiny. They have, both the games have a story. It's just not implemented into the game. Like Destiny, you seriously have to go on a different website to experience a story. At least for year 1, year 2, I guess they kind of did that better with
yeah, I would agree with that.
But Titanfall, it has like lore, it has a story. It's just not in the game at all. Well, it's in the game. You're playing like a multiplayer match and trying to listen to what they say.
Not to mention, you can't listen in on the campaign because you're too busy in the multiplayer match. Because a lot of the dialogue in the campaign story is in-game, so you don't catch any of it. And the only thing that you know is, at the very end, oh, we got cut off and our ship blew up or something. You know? It's just, you can't listen.
And then there's like another part where this ship crashes into some part of like outside the map. And you could be like on the opposite side of the map. You can't even see it happen, but you can see the little cutscene of the guys like, oh, it's been nice serving with you, pilot. Good luck, blah, blah, blah. And then he crashes his ship and dies. I mean, it probably is cool, like to see the ship crash, but like if you're on the opposite side of the map trying to play the multiplayer like a normal person would, it's kind of hard to like embrace yourself in the story like that. I mean, it was a cool idea, but it just like the multiplayer campaign, it was a cool idea, just the way it was implemented was not very good. Wouldn't you agree, Matt? It's just...
Yeah, I don't know. Multiplayer campaigns are cool, but you have to have a solo campaign option, because if you kind of like Black Ops 3 and their new campaign type thing, where they have the multiplayer where it doesn't matter if you're in multiplayer or solo, you can do it either way and it'll work just fine.
Yeah, because Black Ops 3, I mean, it's fun to play games like game campaigns with friends, and I think that's what Titanfall should do. They shouldn't like throw away the whole entire multiplayer aspect. I think it should be co-op, but you're not versing other players. Like you're going through this kind of linear kind of campaign, and then you have like friends on your side, so you guys can like experience the story together. I think that would be much better, because other games like Halo 5 done that, and some people like it, some people don't. I definitely think there needs to be a switch between where it's just you playing the campaign mission, and then you can have like a couple buddies with you, and it could be like an action-packed mission with like little story, but it's just all action-packed. That's the thing with Titanfall. They can do so much with the story, because like I said, there's the lore to it, and like in some of the DLC maps there's like some ancient ruins and stuff, so like maybe you have like this ancient alien civilization that like went to somewhere else because there's like a dinosaur like effect where like an asteroid hit that planet, so they moved to a different planet, and then they're coming back because that planet's finally saved, and then like the IMC militia have to team up and kill the aliens. I mean, there's just so much stuff they can do. Right now we have the militia versus the IMC, but like I said, in the future we can definitely see some like aliens or something, and I think that'd be definitely cool, because with Halo, like I'm going to take this for example, before like the Covenant and Human War, there's the humans versus this like extract, like there's a flood too, but there's like the humans versus like a rebellion group, and that's kind of like what Titanfall kind of is right now. It's the IMC versus this militia, and then you could have like this big alien threat enter the picture, and then you know you just go from there. I mean, there's just so much stuff Titanfall can do, let alone like Titanfall can make an extremely awesome campaign. I mean, there's just so much stuff they can do. Like I said, with the wall running, the gameplay's already there. They just gotta like set up a story for it, and I think it would be just amazing.
Yeah, they have to figure out how to implement the good gameplay into a really good campaign.
And I think like Titanfall's set up for success. I mean, they already have a survival mode. Only thing they need is a campaign, which they already told us is like it's in the works. There's like a full-on campaign right now. Like there's going to be a single-player campaign, and if they just added in more guns and maybe a few more game modes into the multiplayer, I think it would be an extremely fun game, and I think it would be pretty solid. Like,
yeah, could you imagine? Like, I know this isn't ever going to get put in, but can you imagine a Titanfall zombie mode?
They kind of have that with the survival mode, but
yeah,
I think they could do something like that.
Like it's clearly zombies though.
I don't think they should clearly like do like a knockoff of Call of Duty zombies. No matter, Call of Duty has stolen a lot of things from Titanfall, like the big one, the wall running. And I think Titanfall does a lot better job of the wall running and stuff than Black Ops 3, but that's just my opinion. But like, I think they could do something like that where there's like some weird infection thing that is affecting the militia group. Like let's just use this for example. The neat thing with Titanfall, and the reason I say there's so much stuff they can do,
because they haven't really set it up, but they set it up far enough where you can actually still do stuff with it.
I know, but another thing too is like, since these people are colonizing these planets, they could find like this disease and do something like in the like when people like where Columbus and all those people were like colonizing America, and they like put in like chicken pox blankets and they give it to the Indians, and then the Indians would get chicken pox, and then like the Indians would all die. They could do that with Titanfall. They could have like this like peace like blanket, and then like they give it to this militia group, and then really like this blanket's like full of like this zombie like virus, so then like everyone dies, and it's up to the
make it like a Trojan horse type dealio.
Yeah, and it's up to the militia survivors to like contain that that infection going on. I mean, that's like something they can do, and that's like something I think that's cool that can be implemented into Titanfall. Like there's no other game I think that could really do this other than Titanfall. Like you can have like real life scary things implemented to the game. I don't know who said this. I can't remember who, but someone was talking about, like, this was an April Fool's joke, but I thought it was pretty interesting. Of their, like, it was a April Fool's, like, Call of Duty, like, next Call of Duty leaked, and they're talking about, like, they can put these, like, evil, like, really horrifying real life events, like gas chambers and diseased blankets, and implement that into the game, because they're talking about, like, this next, like, these future humans colonizing another planet, and then they did it exactly like the colonizers for America did. And I think that's something they can do with Titanfall, because it's the game for that April Fool's joke is exactly set up kind of like Titanfall, and I think that's something they could do, and it can be extremely cool. And like, the thing is too, this stuff really happened. You can't say, oh, it's just a video game, you know, this is like all made up and all this other stuff, but it actually happened in real life. Like,
yeah, exactly.
I think that'd be something kind of cool, and it could also, like, set up a game mode, like I said. I mean, that's just a cool idea.
Yeah.
So since we're kind of expanding on ideas, let's talk a little bit about the multiplayer, because that's like the big thing we got a real taste of was the Titanfall multiplayer, and I think this is kind of a optional option for not putting in more guns, like more guns for the custom classes, is by pulling a Halo and having the guns scattered around the map. Do you think this is a good idea? I think it would probably be a good idea to help speed up some gameplay a little bit and get players moving a little bit more, and help players find each other, because that's a big thing.
I don't know. I always question about that, but I think it'd be fine. But I've never been a big fan of finding the good weapon on the map, because once somebody already got it, it's like, okay, cool. But yeah, I could see that working.
Because the thing is, like, the Titanfall meta, like, is pretty, like, the gun meta is pretty balanced right now. I mean, you could have these guns we have right now in Titanfall, but then you can add in some new ones that are a little bit better than these ones. They have, like, less recoil and higher damage. I mean, they're a little bit better, but not to the
like
point
the
where
cards, in a sense. You do something with the cards, but they'd be the guns around the map.
Yeah, that's the thing too. We'll talk about that a little bit later, the burn card system, which I think is one of the best systems in video games. But we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Okay.
But with, like I was saying, with like the guns being able to be picked up around the map, like you could have, like, let's say a BMR equivalent from Halo, or like a super powerful burst rifle weapon, which a burst rifle weapon in Titanfall is actually pretty good, because a lot of your engagements are going to be at long range. But like just something like that where it's not super OP, but it's a little bit better of an advantage over the player that can't find that weapon, because it encourages players to memorize the map, and it also encourages players to, like, go for these weapons. And since these weapons, like, are spawning all the time, players will be running into each other trying to get that weapon, and more players running into each other will mean more action overall. I think this is like a good, like, option if they don't want to add in more guns to the custom class, or if a gun's too overpowered, they just remove it from the custom class, and then you just have to go pick it up somewhere. I think that's a pretty good option, and I think it would be pretty cool. I mean, Halo's done it for years, and it worked out pretty well, especially with Halo Arena, where you go around and pick up weapons. Players are always, like, running into each other trying to get that good weapon and fighting for it and stuff like that. And it's not like super OP of a weapon, but it's definitely an advantage over a player that has, like, just a standard gun. And I think it would be something really cool for Titanfall, because Titanfall can make that work with the movement and stuff. I mean, you could have, like, places around the map with really good guns, like, I don't know, like something equivalent to, like, the DMR and BMR just from Halo, where it's not like where it takes forever to kill, but it's just a little bit of an advantage, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we talked about this before, like, not, like, on the channel and stuff, but we just been, like, talking about Titanfall because it's a game we love, and this is something that's kind of come up, and we've all been kind of on the gist of it. I mean, it's something controversial, but I think it could work. I think Titanfall definitely needs to have a beta, and if they don't want to add in guns to the custom classes, you just release a beta and see how it plays out like that. Because I definitely think there's so much stuff Titanfall can do. Like, Titanfall is kind of like the COD 4, in my opinion. It is the COD 4 to Titanfall. It's setting up, and it's just evolving. Like, it has so much potential to evolve into something great, just like COD 4. And that's something that excites me about Titanfall.
Yeah. My thing is while you're going, if you do put these guns in the game, would this take away from the like objective game modes?
It could, like, you could definitely have the guns set up kind of around the objectives. Like, the thing with it, like, it probably will take a little bit away from the objectives, but at the end of the day, not a lot of people play the objectives for Titanfall anyways.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I'm guilty of this myself. Like, in Capture the Flag, only thing I do is go around and kill people because it's fun to kill people. And there's people, like, now Titanfall, like, normally, like, an old game would have, like, let's say, like, Black Ops 2. You go back to Black Ops 2, it's full of noobs. I actually went back to that game for a little bit. I was playing it with my cousin. And it's just full of noobs. But in Titanfall, for such an old game, there's some really sweaty people in that game. And that's the thing with Titanfall. Titanfall has a really cool meta. Like, not only is the, like, running, like, the wall running, like, in a movement, but there's also something called bunny hopping, where you go onto, like, a ledge, you wall run on it, and then you just can, like, bunny hop across the map. Like, you don't even have to wall run, you're just bunny hopping across the ground.
Yeah, I see, learn like, the parkour spots, and you master the parkour to be able to move around the map quicker.
That's the thing, too. I mean, just the meta. Like, there's so much skill in Titanfall that not a lot of people realize. And, like, not even people, like, most people don't even know what bunny hopping is. And I actually had to look up a video on it because someone told me, like, they're talking about bunny hopping and how to do it. And I actually looked up a video on it. And I had no idea until I looked up the video. But it's something that's so skilled because you're just so hard to, like, hit and stuff. But, like, your character's, like, just so steady that it's easy for you to kill people. But people, like, it's harder for people to kill you. It's something extremely hard to do. But if you can get it down, which, like, in the summer, I was getting it down a little bit, you can just wreck players with that. So
yeah.
It's something really cool. And that's the thing, too. Like, in the summer, I had just a ton of Titanfall gameplay saved up. And I was doing, like, live comms and stuff. And for some reason, I can't remember why, I think something was wrong with the live comm equipment. I just deleted all of them. And I had, like, a couple 40 pilot kills gameplays and 30 pilot kill gameplays and stuff like that in there. And, man, I'm a beast at Titanfall. That's not what people realize. Is I like to say I'm above average player for Titanfall. I can easily get a 30 kill gameplay if I really want to. Like, if I want to go full out sweat, I can definitely get, like, a 30 kill gameplay pretty easily. But, yeah, there's just a lot of skill to Titanfall, and that's not a lot of, like, what a lot of people realize and stuff like that. I think we're going way off track. We're talking about skill. I think we're talking about objectives and stuff. I think the most objective game mode, like, there's players now that like to play the game mode, but back in Titanfall's prime, when there's, like, a lot of people playing, people didn't really play the objectives. I think the only, like, the only objective that people played was, like, the hardpoint domination one, where people went around and captured domination points. That's probably the only one where you saw aggressive, like, flag capturing. That's probably the only game mode that you saw that at. Other than that, it's
how often
not a lot of people.
Play?
How often? Titanfall?
No. What was it called? Last Titan Standing.
I played it. I don't even think I've played it at all, actually.
Because I played in the beta. Say that game mode is quite difficult. You have to learn how to pilot.
Yeah, the Titan. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of strategies to that. That's another thing too. You get this, like, punch where it's like an extremely heavy punch, and people use that to, like, kind of go around the map faster and stuff. They'll use that with the Strider, and it gives you, like, an extra dash almost. And there's definitely a lot of things with the Titans that you can do. There's a arc cannon gun where you can, like, it's a charge up one, and you can, like, keep charging it up and stuff like that. I mean, just little things to the meta of the game that are pretty cool. And a lot of people, like, I'd say the last Titan Standing is probably the most competitive game mode, in my personal opinion. I have to say that's probably the most competitive one, in my personal opinion, at least. And there's a lot of game modes they add. They actually added, like, a 8v8 Titans, not Titans, but pilots versus pilots, which is something people have been asking for since Titanfall 1. And they actually finally added that into Titanfall. So there's a lot of things, like, if people, like, play Titanfall again, I think people would really enjoy it because there's a lot more stuff to do than at the beginning of the game. I don't think people gave it a second shot, which is disappointing, because I think Titanfall is definitely one of the best shooters on the market. I think Destiny and Titanfall and Halo 5 is kind of underrated too. I'd say those games are probably the best shooters on the market, because Black Ops 3, man, like with the supply drop weapons, it kind of ruined the experience.
Yeah, a lot of YouTubers have looked at that and went, "This is stupid.
I
just realized what I'm doing, and this is stupid."
Yeah. And the thing is, like, with the Black Ops 3 supply drop weapons, is that people are always trying to go around and get the DLC weapon. So it kind of takes away from the gameplay because people are actually, like, camping in corners, trying to use the most out of the weapons they're getting because the weapons are so hard to get. And I think, let's talk a little bit about the burn card system, because they kind of tried to do that with the supply drops in Call of Duty, but epically failed. Like, Call of Duty has become so toxic, and part of that is because of the supply drops. Yeah. And just the YouTube community around Call of Duty has kind of gone toxic, and I think part of it is supply drops. People are getting tons of views doing these supply drop videos, and the supply drops overall are just, I think, in my personal opinion, are a scam, because you're not getting what you want, and they're pretty expensive. Like, I think the advanced one's like $3 or something like that. I mean, that's a ripoff. It should be like $1, and the like normal one should be like 50 cents. I mean, that's just a ripoff in my personal opinion. But let's talk a little bit about the burn card system, which I think is like one of the best RNG systems in video games. And Halo 5's picked this up, and actually Halo 5's, like, a lot of people grind out Halo 5 to get all the like rec packs, are actually called, and it's actually something I personally love. And the thing with the Titanfall burn card system is that you can actually buy them now through an in-game currency. You cannot actually buy them with real-life money, but you have to grind out the game, and you have to buy them with the in-game money. The thing with
kind of like crypto keys, but 30 times better.
Yeah. And the thing with this is, if you get like a really cool item, you can only use it once, so it's not overpowered. So like the thing with supply drops is that you're trying to unlock stuff for your character, and you're also trying to get guns and stuff, and like the drop rates for those guns and stuff are so low. And once people get those guns, like, they permanently get them. Like, if they can only use them once, it'd be a little bit different. And I think that could, like, I think this is how they should have did it. Like, you have the normal guns, you have like all the guns like implemented to the game, but you have variants like Advanced Warfare, but those variants can only be used once. And those variants are like, they're not OP, but they're about there. I mean, it's definitely an advantage over someone that has like a normal gun. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Titanfall did. Well, that's what Halo 5 did. That's what Titanfall can do. I think they could have variants of guns. So if they don't want to make any more guns, they could have variants of guns, and you can only use them once. And I think that'd be a really good option for if they don't want to make guns. And that's something that Halo 5 did. You have definitely like a ton of variants of like the normal Halo 5 guns. You like have the BMR, and you have ones that's like 2 burst or 4 burst and stuff like that. And it's definitely an advantage over people, because some of the BMRs have like a higher like damage and a higher like rate of fire, so it's definitely an advantage, but it's not OP, and it's actually handled really well. And I think Halo 5 got the idea from Titanfall, and Titanfall needs to implement this into their game, because honestly it really made Halo 5 for a lot of people, including myself. I think it's something you should implement into Titanfall, because Titanfall, like I said, is just, I'm pretty sure Titanfall 2 is going to be the shit. And that's the thing with Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 has to compete. Like, Call of Duty, whatever the next Call of Duty is, has to compete with Titanfall 2. Like, both of those games, like, if Titanfall is super good, I think a lot of people are going to switch over to Titanfall, and Call of Duty is ultimately going to die, in my personal opinion.
Agreed.
Just the way they handle, like, Call of Duty, like, the way Activision handle things, just, it doesn't make any sense.
They've definitely became money whores.
Yes, like, the supply drops just way too far. Not only do they not give you the option to buy these weapons, like, most people, like, that's just, like, a shady tactic to begin with, like, making people have to buy the weapons. But,
not
like,
to mention crypto keys, and the prices for the supply drops are outrageously
overpriced.
High.
Yeah.
And hard to get.
Yeah. And they, like, nerf the crypto key, so it's harder for people to, like, get the crypto, like, to get the supply drops. And overall, it's just a scam. Like, they should not be able to get away with this. I hope they get sued, honestly, because Activision are, like, turning into assholes. Before, like, in, like, I'd say Call of Duty, like, Black Ops 2 and Destiny, they were kind of assholes, but they were, like, dealable. Now they're just, like, scamming little kids of their money, and they're just being assholes. Like, they're really being money whores to the max. Not only they don't give you the option to buy it, you have to like buy it through these supply drops, and that's something that it's stupid, and it leaves like for the people that want to play the game legit and want to get to the weapons legitly, it like kind of wrecks the experience for them. So
yeah, I haven't bought anything. The only thing I bought of Black Ops 3 is the season pass, and I think we're getting off topic quite a bit actually.
Yeah, but I'll finish the Black Ops 3 kind of thing with this, is that like the guns that are in the supply drops were actually supposed to be in the DLCs, and they actually like took the guns from the DLCs and put in the supply drops, which
the sales of the supply drops were doing crappy, and since they know the guns in the supply drops for a dub worked super well, they went, hey, let's put them in this so we can do this and get more money.
Like, it's legitly pay to win because you can keep these weapons. Like in Halo.
Well, it's not pay to win because the weapons are still crap, but it's just one of those things where they really want your money, and that's about it. They really don't care about if you have them or not. They want your money.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, Advanced Warfare kind of was more pay to win because some of the variants were actually OP in my personal opinion.
Yeah, the variants in that game were pretty freaking good, but I got a lot of my good variants in that game legitly, so it wasn't that hard to get. It was just, it took time, and a lot of people didn't have that time, so.
Yeah. And the thing too, like, the thing about Halo, like, that I really love about the rec pack system, is if you got a super powerful variant, well, guess what? You only got one life with it, so you better, like, pick your life really well, and you better make sure you live like a really long life to like fully experience this awesome variant of this gun, or like some super OP gun, because there's some guns in Halo, like some of the variants that are like super OP, and you just gotta choose the right time to like really like pick those weapons out and like beast on people with them. And that's something I think they should implement with Titanfall, and they definitely done that with like the I can't remember what they're called, but like they're a little bit better version of the gun that you have. I think they're called
they're just weapons. Burn cards. They're just enhanced burn cards of the weapon. That's about all they were called.
Yeah, I think only thing that's different is that it has like a little bit better of like a damage, like 1.1.
Damage, accuracy, and sprint in and out time.
Oh, it was?
Yep. That's what they did.
Alright, but it wasn't OP at all, really. It honestly wasn't. And they could definitely like expand on that, like make different like weapons out of the same weapon model. And I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, they needed to add camos or something, because the guns were pretty freaking bland.
Yeah, so, and another thing too, like, yeah, they definitely added camos, but if they did my idea where it's kind of like Halo, where you have to go around and pick up the weapons, you could have those weapons in the supply drop. So if you want to automatically spawn right from your ship and have this like super awesome weapon that you have to pick up from the ground, you can do that. I mean, you only have one life with it, so like, why not? I mean, that'd be a pretty cool idea in my opinion. And another thing too, I guess we can go on to my next idea, is adding vehicles into multiplayer. And I think this would add to the epicness of Titanfall. I have to say, Titanfall is probably one of the most action-packed video games in video game history, actually. There's just something always going on. There's always epic battles. And it kind of has like this Battlefield kind of feel, where like in Battlefield, it's boring for the most part, but there's just epic moments that keep you playing, and you just want to get those epic moments, like a huge vehicle battle going on or something like that. And that's something that Titanfall
you're always scrambling to get out of the way of some sort of tank or something in Battlefield.
And that's just like a fun aspect of Battlefield. That's the same thing with Titanfall. I mean, there's like so much epic moments where you just like radio a Titan and you doom them, and then there's like another Titan, like a friendly Titan, you get on his back and you beast on some pilots with them. I mean, there's just so many like epic Titanfall memories I can name.
Oh yeah, dude, I had this good one. I won't go. It was just basically how you explained it. I called in my Titan, and I got a kill by dooming another Titan with falling. But was in that Titan, got a couple pilot kills, and then that exploded, and then just jumped around on teammate backs, and it was just it's one of those things where you know you're doing good, and you're just like, I am having fun. Yeah, this is fun.
It's epic, yeah. That's the thing. Like, Titanfall has so many epic moments in it. And honestly, like, take this like with a I'm gonna use this analogy. Titanfall's like playing like Transformers, like a Michael Bay Transformers movie in real life, except like a little bit different of rules. Like the pilots are like the little humans, and then like the Titans are obviously like the big robots and stuff like that. And in my opinion, that like from watching like a Transformers Michael Bay movie to Titanfall, like if you took like both of them like screen by screen and you put Titanfall in third person and you're just watching it go on, it'd be like the exact same thing. Like you seriously feel like you're in a Michael Bay movie. It's that action packed. What would you say? Like that's kind of what it feels like.
I will not disagree with you. That is exactly how that felt.
Yeah, it's epic. I mean, like love or hate the Michael Bay movies, it definitely has some awesome like moments in like his movies, and especially in the Transformer movies. And some of those moments in those Transformer movies kind of play out in Titanfall, and that's something that really
actually, you know what? Titanfall's exactly like Michael Bay's movies.
Yeah.
No storyline, but good action.
You said it right there. That's the perfect analogy. It's seriously no storyline, but tons of entertaining action going on. And I guarantee if Michael Bay made a video game, it'd probably look like Titanfall.
Yeah.
But I think we're going way off topic yet again. I was talking about putting vehicles in with Titanfall. And the thing is with Titanfall is that it's just a huge sandbox game. Like, there's so much like stuff you can do in a multiplayer game. You can play in your Titan, or if you want to just play as a pilot and just let your Titan run around, you can do that. And just so much stuff you can do. And I think Halo and Titanfall have a lot of similarities in their sandbox where you can do whatever you want. And like what I liked about Halo is with the vehicles, like it takes skill to use them. Like obviously a new player can get lucky and get a few kills with some of the like vehicles. But I think if they added those into Titanfall, it'd just be awesome, because if they just made the vehicles like kind of easy to take out, it'd be pretty fun. Like just imagine like a super huge map like Fracture, where it's just super big and stuff. They could have a like Ghost type kind of vehicle from Halo and put that into Titanfall, and Titanfall would still play fun. I mean, there's like some moments that I can just imagine, like some epic moments where, let's say you got to get a Ghost and you have to hijack like some like AI Spectre off of it or something like that, or maybe you get like this like kind of like the drop ships. You have to like go into the drop ship and like kill all the players inside and hijack it. And the drop ship doesn't have a lot of like, it takes a lot to like get into it, but it's not like super OP, but it's definitely an advantage over the other team. It's just like a super epic moment like that where you have to hijack it from like AI players, and like then you can beast on people with it. And I think it'd definitely be rewarding like experience, especially for people that aren't very good at Titanfall and they get that one chance where they hijack it and then they beast on some players with it. I think it'd be something really cool because it adds in the sandbox of Titanfall and also adds in the like extremely epic action-packed moments of Titanfall. I think it'd be something really cool. I think it'd help add longevity to Titanfall, because you're always wanting to go for that epic moment where you hijack that plane and you just want to fucking beast on players with that plane. I think that'd be a really cool idea.
Yeah.
But wouldn't you agree, like, I think vehicles would play out good, especially with the Titans. The Titans can definitely like take out the vehicles pretty easily.
You have like a small like art or four-wheeler go underneath a Titan's feet, and you have like a guy on there. He throws one of the charges up underneath the body, and it just.
Oh, that'd be freaking sick, dude. That'd be awesome. Like, just like I'm saying, like, it added in so much epic moments in the Titanfall, but it's not taken away from the gameplay, because everyone gets a Titan, and you're still, like, able to, like, take out the vehicles somewhat easily. But if you put, like, the vehicles in the hands of a good player, the good player will, like, do good and stuff, and it'll add to the game. That's something I think would be pretty cool. And also, they could add those vehicles into the burn card system, and you can spawn in with a vehicle.
Spawn in with a higher health vehicle with faster speed or something. Yeah, you could totally do that.
Yeah, I think it would be freaking awesome. Like I'm saying, Titanfall, there's so much potential with the gameplay, the story, the sandbox of the game, the meta of the game. There's just so much stuff they can do. Like, I just love Titanfall. I really like have high hopes for Titanfall in the future. I believe it could be one of the best shooters in like FPS history if they just do it right. Like, I think if EA doesn't hold Titanfall back and Titanfall just had like a blank check, they could seriously make the best FPS in video game history, in my personal opinion, because there's just so much stuff you can do with Titanfall. And like I said, we just mentioned all those epic moments. Just like playing them out would just be amazing, because it's a rare moment, but once you get that moment, it's just epic, and you get this adrenaline rush, and you stay playing in Titanfall. I think that's something they should definitely like add into the game.
Yeah, like, man, Titanfall, you're great and all. You just
there wasn't enough to you. Yeah,
keep doing your thing. Just get your campaign good, make a good multiplayer, and I think we'll all have a good time playing. Yeah.
And another thing too, I think that help put those action-packed moments into Titanfall is if you added kind of random events like in Destiny's Patrol, where sometimes you get like a random event that goes on where you have to capture your objective while you're patrolling or something like that. I think that play out really cool in Titanfall. Like, let's say like a drop ship drops out of the sky and has like super like important enemy intelligence, and if you like capture it, you get like a burn card point bonus, so it adds to the like in currency, like end game currency for your next like burn cards.
Yeah,
I think something like that, because it make players want to go get that. Like, it's a good way of like getting wanting to like, it's a good incentive because the players obviously want to get burn cards since you can only like use them once. So it gives players incentive, but also like adds flow to Titanfall. That's kind of a complaint with Titanfall, is that it doesn't have enough flow, which I think it has really good. I think it has some good flow depending on the game mode. I think domination and capture the flag have really good flow, but attrition, it's kind of hard to find players because they're always going around killing runs and stuff like that. But honestly though, it would make players want to engage with each other and fight for this objective, and also give you this burn card bonus, which like burn cards is something like, even if you like played the shit out of the game, you like unlocked almost everything, you still want to get those burn cards. Like, that's the same thing with Halo 5. You want to always like get those wrecks. Like, it doesn't matter, you want to get those wrecks. Like, you only get to use the item you get out of the package once, so you just want to get as many as you can. I think it'd be like a really cool incentive. Or another thing too that could help with the flow of attrition, like, not only can you add an objective, but let's say a player that's been beasting on you for like 3 lobbies, which would probably be me. Like, if I could play against myself, I'd beast on myself, and this would actually affect me really badly because I would be hunted for death. But there's actually a game mode in Titanfall called Marked for Death, where a random player from each team gets marked, and they're marked until one of the other players dies, and something cool like that. And they could actually add that little like game mode a little bit into attrition, where this player that's been beasting on you a whole bunch, and randomly this objective comes up on your screen and it says bounty wanted player, and it says a gamer tag, and they're like, this dude's been like killing a whole bunch of our pilots, we want you to go wipe them out, and if you do, you get this awesome like burn card like exclusive bonus. So players like want to go out and kill this dude, and if the enemy team can actually defend the dude for like, I don't know, 2.5 minutes, they get the burn card bonus. So if like that, if that player dies, the whole entire other team gets like the burn card incentive. But if the other team defends that guy that has the like marked for death on him, the whole team will get like the incentive bonus for burn cards. That's the thing, like, burn cards can be like such a good incentive. Like, let's say you want to add in more people playing objectives, because that's kind of an issue in Titanfall. Just give like a burn card incentive, like how many like objectives you capture gives you like a good burn card incentive. Like, it gives you a good bonus for it. So I think like burn cards could be like a good incentive, and they really need to implement that more into the meta, because I definitely think burn cards, like, it's the right way to do an RNG thing. And just, it doesn't matter how much you play Titanfall, you always want to go for those burn cards, because there's so many good ones and stuff. And I just think it could be a good way of adding incentive and stuff like that. So
yeah, agreed.
But I think that'd definitely be cool, like in-game random events where you just something cool happens. And especially with vehicles, I think vehicles could add to the game just a ton. And something that I kind of want to talk about is definitely the AI opposition, like the I can't remember what they're called, the specters and the grunts. I think they need to add on to them a little bit more. What do you think, Golden Sword?
I definitely think the grunts and specters need something more, but otherwise I think they were fine.
Yeah, I think they're fun. You always have something to shoot. And another thing too is if you're bad at Titanfall, you always got the grunts and specters, which aren't very good, and you can always go around and shoot them. But I think they need to add like in a couple variants of like the grunts and specters, and the AI and stuff. Like let's say you get like a mini AI Titan that walks around. He's not super huge, but he's a little bit bigger than your pilot. I'd say he's probably like 3 times the size of your pilot. And
totally, like a mini mech.
Yeah, like a mini mech, except like he kind of like he has a little bit more skill than the average grunt, and it takes a little bit more to take him out. Like it takes a couple rockets and stuff like that. But I think it'd be something really cool. Another thing too, like that's a complaint with Titanfall, unfortunately, is a lot of people don't like when it just becomes a huge Titanfall fest where a whole bunch of people have their Titans. You can drop these like mini mech people down and they can help do some damage to the Titans, so more people have to like go around and actually play as a pilot. That's another thing too. I think like this is my personal opinion, but if you die if you die twice and you get like no kills, you should get like a little bit of a knockoff from your Titanfall time, just so that more people are running around as pilots.
I wouldn't say 2 times. I would do more like 5, because to tell you the truth, I think people would just die a lot at the beginning of the game, so that way they can get their Titans quicker.
Wait, what do you mean? Like, this is how I think of it. So, like, let's say you die twice without getting a kill. It knock off like 10, like it bump you up back to 10 seconds. I said that wrong. I meant like it bump you up more time instead of taking off more time. So it's kind of like a liability, or like I don't know how to say it, but like you're getting knocked back time on your Titanfall time. So let's say I think the Titans, like it takes 3 minutes for them to charge up. If you're like on 230 and you die twice without getting a kill, it'll go back to 240. So it's just a little bit of time which is not a big like huge like liability to the game where it's like taken away from the game. But it's just a little bit, it makes players want to do better in the game. Because everybody gets a Titan, and that's kind of like a problem, because a lot of people think it's kind of like a support kill streak. And like the better you do, the faster you're going to get it, but everyone gets one. So if someone's like doing bad in a match, you're not going to get their Titan as fast. And I think they definitely need to implement this, because it's kind of a problem, because there's a point in the match where like everyone's in a Titan, and there's nothing but Titans. It becomes like really old because there's like no pilots to shoot. It's just all Titans, and if you don't have your Titan, that's kind of boring. So I think it'd be definitely a little bit better to have it like definitely like a disadvantage if you die a lot in Titanfall.
Yeah.
But like I said, I think we're going way off track. That was just kind of an idea, though. I think it's a good idea, because getting too much Titans is a problem. But you can do with the AI, like you can have like a mini Titan. You could have like sniper grunts or sniper specters, and they can go around and like snipe people. Like if you get shot by these people, they do a little bit of damage. So like the grunts are like a little bit more of a threat and stuff, and you definitely want to go around and kill them more often, because they can do some damage to you. Where it's not like a huge amount of damage, but it's definitely going to turn your screen red if you get shot by
enough to make you worried that you're getting shot at.
Yeah, and it encourages players to move. So if you're camping, you're going to get shot in the face by a grunt with a sniper, you know what I'm saying? So it kind of encourages people to move around a little bit more, because Titanfall is all about that movement. Like they give you this awesome movement system, and you got to move around in Titanfall. That's how the game stays amazingly fun. And another thing too is, in my personal opinion, like you should have a little bit of a kill streak. So like, not only do you get your Titan a lot, but like let's say you get like 10 kills and you're carrying your teammates, and your teammates aren't capturing your objectives really well. Let's say you get 10 kills, you could have this like group of AI specters with a little bit more armor on, where they have a little bit more health than you, They're a little bit better at killing than the normal specters, but they can also go around and like capture objectives and stuff, so they can kind of help you out a little bit. I think that's a thing with video games, like especially first-person shooters overall, is that you can definitely be like the only good person on your team. The rest of your team just sucks, and you can be getting all these kill streaks and stuff, trying to help out your teammates, but it just ain't working. I think there needs to be like a way for you to like let's say there's definitely been games like where people are getting MOABs in MW3 or Call of Duty Ghosts or something like that, and their teammates just suck, but they're like the only ones doing good. Like let's take for example just Call of Duty like MW3. You could have like these AI people go around and try capturing objectives for you. I think something like that would definitely help a lot of people, because like I said, it's really like dumb when you have to carry your teammates, like if you're trying to win the match and you're doing well but your teammates just suck. It'd be definitely nice to have like an extra hand trying to help you out, like capture objectives and stuff, because there's been games where I try capturing objectives and stuff and it just hasn't worked.
Or yeah, you're playing really well and they're just off over here like, what's
going
on?
Yeah, they're trying to go for like 360 no scopes. Like there's seriously games like that. I'm sitting here trying to like do good and win the game, and these guys are just sitting here dying, and we're getting Titanfalls dropped on us all the time. There's definitely games like that, and I think that'd be something really cool. And that's a thing too, like there's like 3 different options. If you want to like take out Titans, you have like, let's say you get a 10 kill streak, you want to take out some Titans, you got those mini mechs. You get like 3 of them that drop down from the sky and help you out. If you want to capture objectives, there's like specialized specters that can come down and help you out. Or if you just want to go, like the specters can go around and like capture objectives and stuff. Or if you want help killing the other team, like let's say for attrition or marked for death, you got this like group of like runts that are really good at killing pilots. Like they're a little bit better, they're not super huge, but there's like a couple drop ships that drop down, probably like, I don't know, like 10 grunts are kind of like good at killing pilots and stuff, and are kind of a threat. I think something like that would be really cool for people that can get the kill streaks, and it also adds to the game because there's more stuff to shoot at and stuff like that. So I think it would be a win-win, because not only can these people that can get these kill streaks that are carrying their teams and stuff be able to kind of carry their team more, but you're also getting incentive to like be better at the game and like put more hours into
Exactly, yeah.
And like getting a 10 kill streak is kind of hard to get, and I'm only using a 10 kill streak. I feel like that's the honey spot where it's not super hard to get. Like you're going to definitely have a couple 10 kill streaks in Titanfall, so everyone will kind of experience that. But it's
would
not...
it be like, would you say score streak instead of kill streak?
Yeah, I guess you could even say that too. Like, let's say it's kind of like a point system from like, let's just say MW3, where if you get kills and objectives, like let's say you get 10 kills, like let's say you get like, I don't know, 7 kills and you capture 3 objectives, like you get the kill streak, something like that. I feel like 10 would be the sweet spot, because it's not like super hard to get, but it's not super easy either. I don't even feel like 10's like honey spot. I feel like 7 would be where it's not super hard to get, but it's not super easy to get. Not everyone can get this, but it's not like super hard. So if you are the player trying to carry your team to victory, then you're not like, you can easily get 7 kills. Like there's been moments where you can get 7 kills in a matter of seconds in Titanfall if you just like, if you have like the skill and you just do everything right, you can easily pick up kills in a matter of seconds. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's just so much stuff they can do with the AI, and that's another thing with Titanfall being able to do whatever it wants. Like you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah, you can do so much stuff. You could, gosh.
But just like I said, I mean, there's just so much stuff you can do. I think there needs to be variants of AI. And another thing too is you can add those into the burn cards too. You get this unit of specters, you want to spawn in with them guys, and they'll like help you capture B at the beginning of the match, something like that. You know, it adds to the game, and it's also a win-win for players that do good and have to carry their team, but it also helps with the action. Like the enemy team has to go around and kill these people, and it's something for like the bad players on the other team to shoot at, you know. So I definitely feel like it's a win-win. Like these ideas we're coming up with are golden. Like if Respawn listens to this, like they're just gonna be like, God dang.
Yeah.
We need to hire these 2 kids. They're like coming up with these like fire ideas.
We could shoot off all day. But
yeah.
I think we gotta stop because we've been talking for an hour. That's
let's go for another 10 minutes. As of right now, we're doing 55. I think recorded at like 52. I mean, not 52, but 2 minutes in. So I think we should go around for 10 more minutes around that time.
okay.
And this is another complaint about Titanfall, is that there's not enough Titans. And I'm going to actually do this from Call of Duty, because Call of Duty steals like a lot of things from Titanfall. Like, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 is practically a ripoff of Titanfall, in my personal opinion. But you have the glide system where the longer you hold on the A button, like the further you glide. I think they need to like make a Titan that has that kind of plays like a Halo Spartan, where he has this like really good shield, but once that shield depletes, it's like not very good. He like gets shot down really easily, but he's just super agile. So like if you want to, you can like go around the map super easily, and like just he's super mobile. Like he's almost as mobile as the Strider. The Strider has speed on the Titan I'm coming up with, but the Titan can just kind of like maneuver faster. Like he can get in and out of engagements faster. So like he would have like a super good shield, like the shield of like an ogre with this like ability that he has. Except when that shield depletes though, his like health is not very good. I mean, it's less than a Strider.
He dies basically instantly.
Yeah,
it like takes attacks because he's that weak. But his shield would protect him and regen during.
Yeah, like he would have like a good shield, but it would regen kind of. It regen like a normal shield, but it would be a good shield. But once you lose that shield, the Titan like gets destroyed super easily. So you definitely have to pick and choose your engagements. And I think it would be a really good Titan for the players that like are good at choosing their engagements and like the skilled player. And a lot of players that want to like get good at it would just get crapped on. But you can definitely see how this Titan can definitely like prevail. Just like the Strider. Like there's players that suck using the Strider, and there's players that are just amazing using the Strider. And that's with all the Titans. Like I'm good with the Atlas personally because it's has all the traits of all the Titans. But like the Ogre, there's people that are good with the Ogre. I'm personally not good with the Ogre. I kind of suck with him in my personal opinion. Like I'm bad with the Ogre. But like all the Titans, like there's a certain player that it attracts, and I feel like this would be definitely a cool option for players because, like I said, you can just get in and out of engagements super fast and stuff like that. I think it'd be definitely a really fun kind of.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely kind of a fun Titan. And like I said, you're stealing from Black Ops 3. You gotta get even with Black Ops 3, man, because they stole like a lot of ideas from you. So time to steal some ideas from them. You know what I'm saying though? Just like if you want to like you have like the super like far thrust, and like the longer you hold A, the further the thrust goes. And like if you just want to thrust a little bit, you just tap on the A button, you just thrust a little bit. I think it'd just be a super fun Titan, and like that'd be an amazing Titan to use and stuff like that. I think it'd be really fun. Other thing too that I kind of want to talk about is like I kind of want to steal this from Black Ops 3 too, but like a Titan specialist ability. So the Ogre, like he has like I don't know, something like super cool, like something super powerful, like a big mace or something where he can go around and like hit people. Like it's kind of like what the Titans have now, where if you like stay long enough you get like the core ability, but this is kind of like a killing one where it's not really offensive, but it's more of a killing one. It's more of a weapon. So like the Ogre can have like a mace that's like really good for taking out other Titans, and like the Strider can have like a sniper, and he can snipe Titans, and it does a lot of damage to the Titans, and you can also use that against pilots. And I think it'd be pretty cool just like that. And I think that's something that would be really cool, is adding in like kind of abilities for the Titans, because not only will your Titan not come in as far, like come in as much as in Titanfall 1, but the Titan will actually be better than it was in Titanfall 1. Like you'll have abilities and stuff, and like you can kill pilots better if in the right hands, like in a good player's hands. Like you can kill better than like the normal Titans. So I think it would make getting a Titan feel more rewarding, and staying alive in the Titan feel a lot more rewarding. Another thing too is that the Titans, like the autopilot Titans, need to be better, because the autopilot Titans, like the normal one without like there's a chip ability that your pilot can get, the normal Titan kind of just sucks. Once you get that. because that's the thing with Titanfall sandbox that they like advertised in the campaign. I mean, not in the campaign, but in the marketing. They're like, if you want to just play as if you just want to play as a pilot, you can do that. You can let your Titan run around and kill people and stuff like that. And that's just not the case. The Titan really sucks in Titanfall without you in it. So they definitely need to make the Auto Titan a lot better, because as of right now, he's pretty bad.
Yeah.
So, but I think we're going a little bit over an hour. We don't want to make this super long. But guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this Game Talks. Like I said, this is going to be the last episode for right now. Both of us are really busy. And we actually got some free time to do this today. And it's actually kind of late out and I haven't ate yet. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. And we might do another one in the later future when like we're not as busy.
We'll talk about something. We'll find something to talk about. But yeah.
Yeah. As of right now, this is going to be the end of Game Talks until like we get more time or something like that, because it is kind of a fun series and people kind of seem to enjoy it. But like I said, just we don't have enough time. Like we don't have enough time to like really work on our YouTube channels to begin with, let alone do this Game Talks where it takes us an hour just to do the audio and like another like hour or two just like watching the video and like adding in gameplay and all this stuff. So it definitely adds in like a lot of editing and a lot of time off.
Yeah, you got a lot of editing on your hands here.
Yeah, so I'll be fine. Like I can get this stuff done pretty easily. But like I said, hope you guys enjoyed this. And guys, definitely go check out Golden Sword. He is blowing up and it'd be super awesome if a few of you guys could go subscribe to him. Be amazing.
Yep, and if you guys are on my channel watching this, go check out Breaking Hero. He does a lot of gameplay of Call of Duty, Destiny, just your shoot 'em ups basically. But
yeah, I do all kinds of gaming. I wouldn't say I do mainly Destiny on my channel because that's like the main game I enjoy.
Yeah, that's true. Because mainly Destiny. Don't worry about the shoot 'em ups.
Yeah,
but
Titanfall I would like to do more, but the game just doesn't have enough. Like it has
replayability.
Content. Yeah, it needs more replayability. I think I might start off like a live comm series here in a little bit. I'm not 100% sure. I definitely want to add in Titanfall to my channel. So I definitely want to do that here in the future. I'll see what I can do and stuff. Just like I said, Titanfall doesn't have a lot of replayability. There's not much you can do. Destiny has a ton of replayability, and it's a game I really enjoy. It's probably my favorite game. I have to say probably Black Ops 2 is my second favorite game. The Titanfall is my third favorite game because I just love Titanfall. It gets old playing it. It's like, I hate saying that because it's such a fun game too.
Yeah.
But yeah, just expect a lot of Destiny and a little bit of Titanfall on my channel. And maybe just a little bit of Call of Duty. Like Call of Duty Zombies definitely. I definitely have to get a couple of zombie challenges out. We have to do that here sometime soon.
Yeah, at some point when we all are free.
Yeah, when we get time on our hands. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Game Talks. We're getting way off topic. Hope you guys enjoyed this. And guys, I'll see you all in the next one.